Imagine vanishing without a trace, leaving behind a life filled with love, hopes, and dreams. This is the haunting reality of Susan Powell, a young mother whose mysterious disappearance has left an indelible mark on all who hear her story. Tonight on Mystify Me, we delve deep into the perplexing case of Susan Powell, unraveling the tangled web of family secrets, unsettling discoveries, and a tragic aftermath that continues to echo through the years. Stay with us as we uncover the truth behind one of the most chilling mysteries of our time. Susan Powell was a vibrant 28-year-old mother of two, living in West Valley City, Utah. Known for her radiant smile and loving nature, Susan was a devoted wife and mother. She was actively involved in her community, cherished by her friends, and deeply committed to her faith. On December 6, 2009, she attended church with her husband Josh and their two young sons. Little did anyone know, this would be the last time Susan was seen alive. Susan's marriage to Josh Powell was far from perfect. Friends and family recall a relationship filled with tension and control. Josh's erratic behavior and financial troubles only added to the strain. Susan confided in close friends about her fears and frustrations, documenting her troubled marriage in personal journals and emails. She felt trapped, isolated, and increasingly desperate. Susan's friends described Josh as controlling and possessive, with a volatile temper that often left Susan feeling unsafe. On the night of December 6th, Josh claims he took his sons on a spontaneous camping trip in the middle of a freezing winter night, leaving Susan at home. This decision seemed odd, as the temperatures were brutally cold and the location, Simpson Springs, was a remote and desolate area. When they returned the next morning, Susan was gone. The neighbors and family were baffled by Josh's actions and the implausibility of his story. The police launched an intensive search, but there was no sign of Susan. Suspicion quickly fell on Josh, whose alibi and behavior raised numerous red flags. His story was bizarre and inconsistent. He claimed he took the boys camping at Simpson Springs, yet the freezing temperatures and odd timing made this story highly implausible. Josh's calm demeanor and lack of concern for Susan's well-being further fueled suspicions against him. Despite extensive searches of the remote desert area, no evidence was found to support Josh's account. The investigation then turned to the Powell home, where disturbing discoveries awaited. Inside the house, investigators found Susan's belongings, including her purse, wallet, and cell phone, items she would not have left behind voluntarily. Even more troubling, traces of Susan's blood were discovered on the floor next to a life insurance policy for $1.5 million taken out by Josh. These discoveries painted a grim picture and pointed towards foul play. Josh remained uncooperative, refusing to take a polygraph test and hindering the investigation. As weeks turned into months, the case grew colder, and the focus shifted to Josh's father, Stephen Powell. Stephen exhibited an unhealthy obsession with Susan, evidenced by journals and videos he had secretly recorded of her. The police found thousands of images of Susan and other women in various states of undress. Stephen's fixation on Susan added another layer of complexity to the case, revealing a disturbing family dynamic. Stephen was eventually arrested and convicted on charges of voyeurism and child pornography. But despite the damning evidence, Susan's whereabouts remained a mystery. The community's hope of finding Susan alive began to fade, yet her loved ones never gave up the search for answers. The investigation into Stephen's activities opened up more questions about what might have happened to Susan and whether he had any involvement in her disappearance. In a tragic turn of events, in February 2012, Josh Powell killed himself and his two sons in a horrific house explosion. This shocking act further deepened the mystery surrounding Susan's disappearance. Josh's last desperate act of violence left everyone reeling, and the questions surrounding Susan's fate became even more poignant. The tragedy of the Powell family left an indelible scar on the community, and the case took on a haunting new dimension. To this day, Susan Powell's body has never been found, and her case remains unsolved. Her disappearance continues to haunt those who knew and loved her, as well as the investigators who tirelessly searched for answers. Susan's parents, Chuck and Judy Cox, have become relentless advocates for their daughter, keeping her memory alive and seeking justice in her name. Their unwavering determination serves as a testament to the enduring love they have for Susan and their hope for closure. If you found this story as haunting and perplexing as we did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Mystify Me for more true crime and enigmatic investigations. Share your thoughts on Susan Powell's case in the comments below, and let us know which mysteries you'd like us to explore next. The disappearance of Susan Powell is a tragic tale of love, betrayal, and unanswered questions. As we piece together the fragments of her story, we are reminded of the fragility of life and the shadows that can lurk behind closed doors. As we conclude our investigation into the tragic disappearance of Susan Powell, it's important to remember the key details of this heartbreaking case. Susan Powell went missing on December 7, 2009. It is suspected that her husband, Josh Powell, had crucial information about where and how she went missing. Despite an extensive search and thorough investigation, the police have still not been able to locate Susan. Josh Powell committed suicide in 2012 and took his own life, along with the lives of his 2 young sons, in a horrific house explosion. He never cooperated with the police or provided additional information that could have helped locate Susan. The case remains open, and the search for Susan Powell continues. If you have any information that could help, please contact West Valley Police Detective Haywood at 1-801-965-5320. Every piece of information could be vital in solving this mystery and bringing closure to Susan's family. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.